Welcome back to Monday Night Live.
An entrepreneur that has been disrupting the lead generation industry.
Introducing your host, Nathaniel Bibby.
Marketer of the year. Named Nathaniel Bibby.
Welcome to Monday Night Live. If you're new here, I'm Nathaniel Bibby. Over 500 million in sales for our clients using LinkedIn strategies alone. Monday Night Live is your weekly dose of LinkedIn strategies, marketing tips, and business advice to get you to the next level. Monday night at 6 p.m. Perth time. So drop in the comments and say what's up.
Monday Night Live.
Let's get it. Hey guys, drop in the comments, say what's up. Monday Night Live, let's go. Hey, you ever notice how lawyers all say their business comes from referrals? Yet the ones making most of the money aren't sitting around waiting for the phone to ring. I'll tell you a secret. 96% of lawyers are on LinkedIn. 96%. And still, most are not visible, right? They've got a profile, maybe a headshot, probably from 2015, right? Their job title, and they think that that's enough. They're like, oh, I'm on LinkedIn, but I don't know, don't really understand it, don't really get anything from it. Meanwhile, 68% of LinkedIn users, 68% say they use the platform to find legal help. 68%. The clients are literally in the room, and most lawyers don't even realize they're standing in the corner facing the wall. If you're not building authority before they need you, you're already too late. Drop in the comments and say, what's up, guys? This isn't just relevant to lawyers. I'm going to be quite frank with you. These strategies can be applied across most industries, especially professional service type industries with trust, where trust is important. If you're tuning in for the first time, this is Monday Night Live. I'm Nathaniel Bibby. I'm the founder of Bibby Media Group. We've helped generate over $500 million in sales for our clients using LinkedIn. And a big part of that is some of the strategies I'm handing you tonight. Every week, we break down what's working right now in marketing, content, lead generations, so you can grow faster, build authority, and stop worrying about where your next client is coming from. By the way, I just published a new course at bibbymediagroup.com. It's called LinkedIn Video Secrets. So under programs, you should be able to find LinkedIn Video Secrets. You should really go check it out. It's filled with all the secrets that creators don't want you to know that have driven millions of views, for me and my clients. I'll be giving away one of the modules for free today if you stick around. It's going to be 100 of my best hooks for videos, and you can use them in captions as well, 100 of them. So you can just literally replicate them in your industry. They're not industry specific. Just type hooks into the comments if you want to check those out and get your hands on a copy of that. And also let me know where you're tuning in from. I know it's a bit of not too many people registered tonight because I don't have a lot of lawyers in my network, but I have done a lot of training for law firms and they get a huge amount of value out of LinkedIn. So I'm hoping that this evergreen content will do quite well on YouTube. Tonight's episode is for the legal profession, but even if you're not in the law space, you'll get tons of value. You can apply the same strategies in your industry. LinkedIn is on fire right now. Everybody's talking about it. It's where business gets done. It's where the high value attention is. And I've got 3 secrets to share with you. These are the exact strategies that we're using with lawyers right now to win corporate retainers, attract high net worth clients, and become the go-to authority in your field without breaching any advertising rules, without spam and without chasing. And here's why this matters. LinkedIn isn't Instagram. It's not TikTok. It's the #1 most trusted social media platform by 3 times, according to the US Digital Trust Survey. Okay, so these aren't bored teenagers scrolling in bed. This is where your high value clients, CEOs, CFOs, business owners actually hang out. It's like the golf course for the digital age, except you don't need a bad polo shirt to get in. And here's the crazy part. Almost every lawyer has an account, but they're using it like it's yellow pages. They post a firm update Or they share a legal article and cross their fingers. That's not marketing. It's actually hiding in plain sight. So 3 secrets to go through tonight. We'll get stuck straight into it. Secret number 1 is to engineer referrals. Engineer referrals. Lawyers love referrals, but let's be honest, most of you treat referrals like a lottery ticket. You scratch your head and hope for the jackpot. Here's the secret. Referrals don't just happen. You have to engineer them. I remember a Sydney commercial lawyer who decided to stop asking, hey, do you know anyone that needs a lawyer? She switched it up and actually looked at her, the LinkedIn connections of the client she was asking for a referral from, picked 3 perfect fit prospects and asked the contact, hey, can you introduce me to these 3 people? 9 times out of 10, they said yes. And 6 months later, 60% of her new matters came from those LinkedIn introductions. One intro turned into a $300,000 client. And that's not even luck. That's not luck. That's strategy. 84% of B2B referrals come from professional networks. So don't just hope and pray. Think about your network. Who really knows when a business deal is about to go sideways? Right? And they're going to need a lawyer. Accountants, HR consultants, financial planners, even lawyers in non-competing areas, right? So if you're in commercial, somebody in family, right? These are your golden referral sources. Quick question. Who's in your LinkedIn network right now that could open doors for you? Tag one person in the comments who's a referral rock star for you. I'm not seeing many comments come through, guys. I'm just going to check here on LinkedIn. If you are out there breathing, let me know you're alive. I've just got the notification saying LinkedIn for lawyers is happening right now. So let's just go over here and have a look. See? I want to see you guys popping on the comments. I'm seeing Nico Stewart here. So there's obviously some comments coming through, maybe to do with switching systems over here. I'm going to continue. Welcome, Nico. I saw your comment. I didn't see any others load up. Here's a little off-the-cuff truth. Like, if you're asking vaguely for referrals, it is kind of lazy. You wouldn't pitch a client without research, right? So why pitch for introductions without a plan? The magic is in being specific, making it easy, and nurturing those connections digitally. Like, you might not realize it, but in 10, 15 years, your client base is all going to be millennials. They make decisions differently to what you may be used to, right? You don't need breakfast meetings every day. You just need smart, intentional digital strategy. Drop in the comments and let me know if you are using LinkedIn in your strategy right now. I know not everyone here is in the legal industry, but I'm curious who's actually been posting at least twice a week and getting some business from it. Let me know in the comments. Great place to network, by the way. Dropping in the comments, networking with other people that are here at Monday Night Live. Secret number 2, you need to build authority first before they need you, right? So here's the brutal truth. By the time somebody Googles lawyer near me, you're already late to the party because they've got a short list and you're either on it or you're invisible. And just having a LinkedIn profile won't cut it. By the way, do you know that most people will Google your name before a meeting? You probably do it yourself, right? And so what are people seeing when they Google your name? Because if your LinkedIn profile is optimized, it should be a LinkedIn profile. It's the easiest thing to get to the top of Google because LinkedIn has all these inbound links. It's constantly updated. Google gives it a score out of 100. Like my website, it's got a pretty good score. It must be around 25 or something. LinkedIn scores 100. So you can imagine how easy it is to get a profile to the top of Google. And if somebody's searching your name, they're already right down the end of the customer journey. So it's very important that you control what they see. It amazes me that people will spend 20 grand on a website, but they won't invest getting their profile, professionally designed and copywritten. Very important at that stage of the customer journey. So 81% of lawyers are on LinkedIn for professional reasons, but only a tiny fraction post regularly. 96% of prospects, 96% of prospects say they want lawyers to share insights, opinions, and clarity, not just legal jargon and playing it safe. You guys should really get your hands on the 100 hooks that I've got. Like in the legal industry, if you can story tell, you'll do exceptionally well. There's only a couple of guys that are doing it really well that I've noticed on LinkedIn. I'll tell you about a employment lawyer client who started sharing plain English updates about workplace law changes. Like 200 or 300 words, keeping it pretty simple. One post was liked by a CEO that she'd never met, who messaged her the next day, and she got a 6-figure retainer from that one post. And she was only getting a few hundred views each post at this stage. So 6-figure retainer, not bad. I mean, LinkedIn stats are posts with insights get 5 times more engagement than sales content. And 81% of buyers say thought leadership influences who they hire. What you want to do with your posts is keep them simple. What I see most professional services guys do is they just jam too much information into one post, right? You want to keep it really simple and share one insight that's relatable to the most people in your network. So how many of you have posted something in the last week that actually got people talking or messaging you? Drop in the comments and let me know. I mean, the play is simple, right? I believe in, even if you are only getting 300 views, I mean, I say only, like, it's free attention. It's not bad, especially if it's targeted and the people in your network. But like, if you do that every day, all of a sudden you're getting like 1,500 views a week, right? That's like 6,000 views a month if you just do it on weekdays. And by the way, it'll increase from 300 if you're doing it every day. That's free attention, but it's from, like, free attention's worth a lot more than paid attention because it's from a trusted source, right? And it won't be long before, you can actually do this in the US, but in Australia, we're not able to do it yet. But you won't be long till you can actually put paid sponsorship behind your organic posts. So the ones that do really well, you just amplify them. You'll get a lot more bang for your buck when you're in your advertising, right? Because most guys just want to go straight into like with law firms, most of them want to go straight into advertising. And you actually got to do the organic for a couple of reasons. One is you got to know what does well. So you amplify the stuff that people actually want to see. And the second thing is, when you get a new follower to your company page, you need to retain them and you need to keep top of mind. And that comes from organic content, right? So you don't just, you do the ad, then you get one click and then it's over. You want to do the ad, get a follow, and then them to be seeing the content over and over again, right? So the play is simple. Share stories, explain legal stuff, but in plain language, no jargon. Highlight mistakes that clients make that always relate more to the problem or the mistake than the solution, and do it consistently. People will see you as a trusted authority. If you're the most liked, most trusted, most familiar, you will get the job. That's the way it works. When they need a lawyer, they're not going to be asking around. They're calling you. And don't get me started on posting once a quarter with your quarterly update. If you want to be top of mind, you need to show up like clockwork. There's no excuses, and it doesn't have to take a lot of time. Think about what I'm saying. I'm saying keep it simple. One topic per post. You could keep it really easy, right? And you can do it in 10 minutes every morning. If you don't want to do it every day, do it twice a week, minimum, twice a week, right? The third secret that I have for you today is to make the firm's brand work for you. So let's get real about something with social media. Clients hire people, not logos, not companies, not buildings. If your LinkedIn presence is all about your company's page, you're renting your credibility, right? So the day that you leave that company, you kind of lose all the credibility you build. You're always going to get better results from a personal page than you are from a company page. So post your own thoughts and own ideas. And if you own a law firm, you want to encourage people within the firm to be able to do that. Because what I've seen is most of the social media policies in the legal industry, and it's the same in finance and similar sort of professional service-based industries, is they've got all these rules about what you can't do. So what do the team do? They see all the rules and then they go, do you know what? I'm just not going to do anything. It's too hard. What you actually want to do is just empower them and give them examples and give them training of what they should be doing rather than what they shouldn't do. And you'll get much better results, right? You want to empower your team. Being quiet and being silent is not the answer because your competitors will be posting, okay? There was a Melbourne partner who revamped his profile to focus on client value, linked back to the firm for credibility, but most importantly, he shared his own stories and own points of view on things, and also shared the firm's post as well. But 6 months later, he was generating more inbound leads than the rest of his practice on LinkedIn combined, So the results do speak for themselves. You hear a lot of like successes on LinkedIn when partners or, even newcomers like the younger generation get on and start embracing LinkedIn, how well they do. But for some reason, most of the partners are resistant to using LinkedIn. And it's because of these reasons, right? Profiles with client-focused headlines. So let's talk about your profile for a minute. Profiles with client-focused headlines rather than just partner at such and such firm. Like, I help so-and-so do so-and-so, right? Client-focused. Talk about the benefit to the client. They get 14 times more profile views, 14 times. LinkedIn says that professional headshots, professional photographs get 21 times more messages. There's a lot of you guys out there that don't even have a profile photo. You might have one, but it might not be visible to the public unless you're connected with somebody. You got to check your account settings. If you want your LinkedIn profile professionally optimized, DM me, private message me. We do it very affordably, and we've been doing it for years. We've done thousands of them. Well, I've done thousands of them. I get the design for the cover photo now done professionally, but other than that, I write it, right? So it's probably time for an upgrade when it comes to your profile, because everything resorts back to your profile. Like, if you do outreach, people are going to look at your profile. You post content, people look at your profile. The profile is where the conversion happens, right? So the last thing you want is to be posting content, getting profile views and no leads, because what a waste of time. The profile needs to be perfect. I never forget a call I had, what was it, 3 or 4 months ago from a client who said, "Oh, Nathaniel, I've just gone viral. I've got like 3 million views on my video." I was like, "Fantastic. How many leads do you get?" "Oh, none." "How many profile views?" They got profile views. They just didn't convert. So what a mistake. You didn't optimize your profile, so you weren't ready when you did go viral. Because if your profile was optimized correctly and it was going to convert visitors to leads, that would have generated a ton of leads. 3 million views. Are you kidding me? So tell me what your profile says about you. It's your digital handshake. Is your digital handshake firm and confident, or is it limp, repeatable, forgettable, right? Make it stand out. Don't just share your firm's content. Add your take. Make it yours. Make it personal. Make it relatable. Show your personality, your character. This is where people are getting their first impression. And this builds an asset that you own, not just a role that you play within the company, right? Most firm owners are not going to want me to say that, but it's true. And look, if you're not empowering your team to optimize their LinkedIn profile for customers in a customer-centric way and post content, they're probably actually just going to get more recruitment letters and more recruiters contacting them, because recruiters search for job titles. They look for things that might be on a CV. So if your team have not got a professionally optimized profile that's customer-centric, they're actually going to get contacted by more recruiters. Okay. So let's just recap on what we've been through. So one, the first secret, engineer referrals. Don't wait for luck, get specific, be strategic. Number 2, build authority before people need you. Share stories, use clarity, make it really easy to understand, and make sure it's insight driven and you do it consistently, right? Like, I would have the mindset of, I'm going to post content for a year, right? And it's not going to take that long. It'll probably take 3 months. Just having that mindset of it's going to take a while is going to do you a lot of favors. And number 3, make the firm's brand work for you. So own your profile, own your message, and you can keep relying on chance and hope, or you can make LinkedIn your credibility engine. All right, guys, I'm going to bring this I've got an issue with the comments showing up, so I apologize if I haven't got back to your questions. I'm going to have a look in a minute. This one, 100 scroll stopping hooks, is part of the LinkedIn Video Secrets course. If you would like that, drop into the comments and say hooks. I'm going to go through each one of them and DM you a link where you can get your 100 hooks templates. And I'm just going to bring up on LinkedIn here. I don't know if that's right, but I can't see many comments coming through. It might just be a quiet episode today. I'm not sure. If you are here and you've tuned in, drop in the comments and let me know what value you got out of today. If you do ask questions and you're watching the recording, I will have a check later and refer back to them and answer you. And let me know what's one thing that you're going to start doing as a result of what you've heard here today from these secrets. Drop it in the comments right now. let's get the conversation going. I didn't see many comments going up, but maybe it's because I'm playing it from early on and I'm using some new software here. But anyway, I'm going to be active in the comments later. I hope to see more of you next week on Monday Night Live. Let's, keep the conversation going. It's not going to be a huge turnout every week. But if you got value from tonight, let me know. And remember, it's not the loudest lawyer that wins. It's the one that people trust. Right. So an education I keep saying this, but education means nothing without execution. So go out there and execute. And thanks for tuning in to Monday Night Live. I appreciate you. If you found it helpful, share it with your network. And I'll catch you next week for some more straight up LinkedIn marketing truths. Next week, we've got something that's a bit less industry specific. I've done a few industry specific episodes. Maybe notice I'm losing my voice here lately. And so next week is suitable for every industry. I think it's to do with growing your followers. So make sure you register for that. We should have a big turnout for that one. And have a great week in business, guys. Thanks for being here.